for joining us today. My name is Barb Gallagher and I own the Weaver's Loft, located in southeastern Indiana. I'm here today to thank all the great folks at Midwest Fiber Festival who put this together for us. I'll be showing you lots of different yarns. Comment if you need to see something better or ask questions that I can quickly answer. I can always get back to you with more detail later. Let us know if I'm moving too fast for you. You can order all of these items from my website, weaversloft.com. If you prefer to order from today's showings, message me your items and PayPal email, and I'll get back to you after we finish today. And I'll be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. with more goodies. So today we're going to start with my YOD yarns, also the yarns of distinction. And we're going to start with some of the cottons that I have dyed. We dye these with fiber reactive dyes. Those are light fast, color fast, and the dyes themselves are non-toxic. We dye lots of different fibers, but we use only about 5 colorways, which you will see repeated over and over here as I go through the yarns. So this group over here, tell me if you can see my hands.
It's delayed, so.
Okay. This group over here are the bamboo cottons. I'm on the wrong page. Hold on a second here. I'll get to us. So these are 50% cotton and 50% rayon of bamboo. Each skein has 495 yards. It's very, very soft. It makes great scarves, shawls, and baby blankets. Weavers, you're going to set this at 8 to 10 EPI. Knitters, you'll use a US 7 to 9, approximately 4 stitches per inch. So the colorways that we have in stock are Ocean, which is the blue, green, and purple, Meadows, which are shades of greens and blues, and Paradise, which is shades of blue, aqua, and a bit of purple. And again, you will see these repeated throughout. This group of yarns here are, oh, and by the way, these are $34 a skein. The Casino yarns are 52% cotton and 48% rayon. There are 700 yards per skein. It's a very creamy, soft texture, and it has this nice sheen that you may or may not be able to see from the rayon that's in there. Weavers, this gets set at 12 ends per inch. Knitters will use about a size 4 to 6 with 6 stitches per inch. It's $29 a skein, and this is Purpluscious. This one is Paradise, and this one is Ocean. Next up is the Irish Lace. This is 80% cotton and 20% linen. There are 360 yards on an 8-ounce skein. It's a boucle yarn with a nice drape, and it's got a little stiffness because of the little bit of linen that's in there. Weavers, you'll set this at 6 to 8 EPI. Knitters, you'll use a US 9, approximately 4 stitches per inch. And we have it in Ocean, the blues and greens. I'm sorry, that's Meadows. Ocean, which is the blue, green, and purple. And the pinks, or raspberry sherbet, which is shades of pink with a little peach in it. Then we go to our Monte Cristos. This is 100% Pima cotton. There's 550 yards on an 8-ounce skein. It's very plush and extremely soft, and it's a cotton boucle. It's great for towels, baby blankets, and scarves. Weavers, you're going to set this at 8 ends per inch, and knitters will use a US 8 with 5 stitches per inch, and these run $34 a skein. So we have this available in your Purpluscious, your Paradise, your Ocean, and your Meadows. we're ready for the next group here. See, I've got all these wonderful helpers here today. All right, so these yarns next are Newport, and this is a discontinued yarn, so it's only the stock on hand that is available. It is 100% coned mercerized cotton with 415 yards on an 8-ounce skein. It's cord-like. It's a very tightly twisted, not tightly twisted, but it's a nicely plied yarn, and it works out to make like a great knitted top. Weavers, you're going to set this at 8 ends per inch, and knitters, it's going to be a worsted weight size US 8 with 5 stitches per inch. The remaining ones are $30 each, and we have it available in the Raspberry Sherbet, Paradise, and Ocean. I believe I have at least 2 skeins of the Raspberry Sherbet left. And by the way, any of these yarns, I may or may not have multiple skeins currently in stock, and I am quite willing to dye you however many skeins you need. So if you need to have 2 or 3 skeins to complete a project, no problem. Just let me know and we'll get it dyed for you. Next up is Queen Anne's lace. This is 100% cotton. There are 825 yards on an 8-ounce skein. It's very soft, it's textured, it works up as a sport weight. Weavers, this is going to be set at 12 ends per inch. And knitters, you're going to use a 4 to 6 with 6 stitches per inch. And we have this one. Are we getting used to the same colors now? We've got Raspberry Sherbet. We've got it in Paradise. And we have it in Ocean. So see how lovely and fluffy these things are. Next up, Safari. 100% cotton, 600 yards per 8-ounce skein. It's a soft, thick and thin texture. Be good for blankets or heavier towels or placemats. So if you can see the thicks and thins in there. These are $22 each. This is Raspberry Sherbet. This is Paradise. See all those lovely little slubs and stuff in there? And this is Meadows 2. And Meadows 2 just means that I have used a brighter green when the other green I was using was no longer available. Then we have Twirly. And again, this is another discontinued yarn from the supplier, so it's limited to my stock on hand. It's 100% cotton, 500 yards per 8-ounce skein. Randomly textured yarn. Could be used for summer tops. I still have a few left in my placemat kits. We'll get to those later. And it's a really nice weft for weavers, but I would not use it for my warp just because of the slubs. Little bumpy things there trying to go through the heddles becomes very difficult. So not so good for warp, but it would make a great weft. Knitters, we're back to that worsted weight. It's a size 8 needle with 5 stitches per inch. Could you hand me the Moya top back there, the brown? So, if you can see this top here, this top was done using the Twirly yarn. So if you decide you like that, it's called a simple tabard vest, and I have the free pattern for that, and it only takes 1 skein of yarn. Okay. So I'm not sure if I told you, but we have it in the Raspberry Sherbet, we have it in the Meadows, and we have it in the Ocean. One more time, Ocean is blue, green, purple. Meadows is blues and greens, and Raspberry Sherbet is pinks with some peach, and Paradise is your blues, aqua, and a touch of purple. Okay. Thank you. Okay, thought you might be getting tired of the same colors, so we're switching it up here. Sometimes it's fun just to dye whatever colors we feel like. This yarn is called Nico. Happens to be my grandson that's visiting right now. And so this is a 70% cotton, 30% rayon. We have 300 yards per 8-ounce skein. It's soft, it's gushy, and it has that nice sheen from the rayon in it. And weavers, I would probably set this at 8 to 10, and then I would use like an 8-2 tencel with it for its weft so that it would be light enough and drapey enough. And knitters, this is going to be a bulky weight. Forgot to mention to you that there's a number of these smooth yarns like this one coming up that machine knitters can use. So if you have any question about that, feel free to ask. I have a machine knitter sitting in the shop right now, can help us. So since these are random, well, these are just labeled, and they are also on the website this way, so you would find them again. This one here is labeled color A. We've got a bright green, blue, aqua, some purple, and some blue. There are 2 skeins of each of these. Color B has a bright yellow, almost like a neon green, a bright green, some purple, some blue, and color C. You might note that we did these all on the same day, so we've kind of got a color thing going here. But we have blue and green and purple. This one we used a color that's like a light orchid mixed in with a lighter blue and green. That's color D. Color E is this one, and it has like a turquoise and a bright yellow, that orchid color, purple, blue, etc. Color E. Color F is yellow and blue. You get a little green going there. That's where the colors blend. Some orchid and so forth. So that's color F. So we have color A, color B, color C, color D, color E, and color F. Along the lines of the same random type dyes, this yarn is called Cumulus, and it's 100% organic cotton with 630 yards on an 8-ounce skein. It's a 2-ply yarn that's really nice to work with. It would make great blankets or a summer top. Weavers, it's equal to a size 3-2, so your set is going to be somewhere in the 12 to 15 range. Knitters, it's a DK weight, and we have it in just 3 colors, but we can do others. This one is some blues and purples. I used to do a colorway like this called Twilight. It's very similar to that. This was done in our Paradise colorways, and this one was done with a rust and an aqua and a blue. And I think that they are all very striking. And these are listed on the website by their colors that are in the product. So we have blues and purples, Paradise, rust blue, aqua. Okay? Thank you. Thank you. told you in the beginning, I do these colors and a lot of yarns, so that's why you're seeing a lot of yarns. Alright, so now we're moving into, those were all the cellulose fibers that I've been showing you. Now we're moving into the protein fibers, the wools, silks, and alpacas. So over here we have the Kona yarns. Those are 100% superwash. So yes, they're machine washable. And I have, these are both in the fingering weight, and this is in the sport weight. All three of these colors are available in either the fingering or the sport. But I wanted you to kind of see the difference here. This is your fingering, this is your sport. So the fingering has 1,120 yards on an 8-ounce skein. These are all very soft, very gushy. You can see how it feels. See how it feels, that's good. Okay, all I can do is feel it for you. I'm sorry. So these are the two that are that, and then this is the sport weight. This has 770 yards on an 8-ounce skein. And all of these are good for, they make anything for a child because they're washable. And they make great shawls and anything that you want a superwash wool for. The fingering for a weaver gets set at a 15 to 18 EPI. And knitters would use like a size 1 or 2 with about 7.5 stitches per inch. And the sport weight here would be, weavers would set it at 12 to 15. Knitters, it's a sport weight. I'm sorry, it's 6 stitches per inch. I can't remember what size needle that is. They run $35 each. They're all available in the Ocean, blues, greens, purples, Meadows, blues and greens, and Paradise, blues, aqua, and purple. Then we have these lovely boucle yarns called Bolero. It is 78% mohair, 13% wool, and 9% nylon. There are 495 yards on an 8-ounce skein, and it is really a very beautiful boucle there. And it's very, very soft. I like soft yarns. And weavers, you would do this best as a weft. You probably wouldn't be happy with the stickiness going through in your warp. Knitters, you're going to use a size 10-11, about 3.5 stitches per inch. I currently have 2 skeins of each of these. This is Meadows, and this is Paradise. So, exact same dyes, but because this is a superwash and this is a mohair, they take the dyes differently. And I find that to be the fun part of doing all of these. So, same guys. Then we have marine silk fingering. And the marine silk has been written up lately in a couple of weaving magazines that I saw, and where they're telling you about all the properties of it, because the sea cell, the way it's processed, that it still maintains its therapeutic properties. So the marine silk fingering is 51% silk, 29% merino wool, and 30% sea cell. There are 485 yards for each 3.5-ounce skein. Weavers, you're going to set this at 12 EPI. And knitters, it's a fingering weight. And these are $32 per skein. And we have multiple skeins in each of these. And that's just what's in stock. We can dye them up for you. So we have Meadows. And once again, you see how the colors all take differently. This is Ocean. And this is Paradise. Pardon me. Then we have one skein. This is it in a yarn called Adorable, which is 70% baby alpaca and 30% silk. And yes, it is a pettable yarn, just like you think it might be. 620 yards, 8-ounce skein. This is one that you would be very happy to have next to your skin. So, you know, cowl, gloves, just whatever. Weavers, set it at 10 ends per inch. And knitters, 5 to 7 with 5.5 stitches per inch. And I have one skein left in this Witch's Paradise. It is $45. You guys are good. All right, let's get into some fun things here. This is what we call spot on. This is what spot on does. This yarn here does this. So this is the same colorway. So this is a knitted sample of what it does. It just randomly picks up the spots. This is a woven sample. This is done just in plain weave, and this is done in twill. It actually looks nicer, I think, in the plain weave. Great, great project for a beginning weaver because it does everything for you. You don't have to worry about creating a pattern. It does it for you. And knitters have a lot of people buy it to make jackets, little sweaters for their children because, again, we're back to the superwash merino. This is roughly a sport weight. Where's my YOD notes? Don't know where the spot on went. Anyway, it is 560 yards on an 8-ounce skein. When I used it to weave this, I got 2 scarves from one skein. So it goes a ways, and it's 8 ounce, and it is $34 a skein. We have it, you will choose it by color numbers apparently. Okay, this one is, I'm just going to tell you the colors because I don't know if it's how I've got it listed on the website. This one is an aqua and a purple and a brown on the creamy background. This one is blues and greens, and it has a little dash of purple that it picked up just in the dye process, just part of it. This one is kind of a deep coral and a navy blue and a brighter blue. And I don't know if you can see how nice and cushy that is. This one, a lot of these I have only one of. I do have several of the aqua, purple, and brown, and I do have multiples of this last one here, which is your bright green, blue, and yellow. And again, those are called Spot On, and if you follow Weaver's Loft on Facebook, you would have seen this posted within about the last week or two, and that's what this is all about. So these are very, very fun to play with. Okay, let's get to some silks. Let's just do these two first. Okay, alrighty, so had I been at the show, you would have seen a lovely display of all these Treenway silk samples that they sent me. This is a scarf. Okay. And with all the Treenway silk weaving kits, you buy 2 skeins of yarn, it makes 2 scarves, and they will give you the pattern. So we have multiple patterns here, and you can choose any colors that you want. So this one is called Soft and Elegant Puck Lace. This is another woven one called Summertime Huck Lace. And this one is done out of a mix of cotton and silk. And so it's a little bit crisper. This one's a little bit more flexible. Let's see here. We have, this one is a scarf, shawl, etc. This has been done in a yarn called Silken Fog. And this pattern is available on Ravelry. If you ask, I'll be happy to tell you what the pattern is. Actually, this one was shown in Piecework magazine, but you can still see what a lovely piece that is. We have that one out of the way a little bit. This one was done in a silk camel combination, and can you see the pattern? Okay. You can actually get more than one of these out of one skein of yarn. So that's the Silken Camel. And then this one here. And the reason I've got these grouped together is they are all a similar size of yarn. And this one is called Swan's Wake Scarf, and it is made from one of Treenway's yarns called Carmela. It is a 100% Muga silk, which is a wild silk, and it gets done on a US 5, so that's not so bad. I am not a knitter, I am a weaver. So there's that lovely, so it's kind of a golden brown color from the wild silks. So we have, stickers came out of things, so that goes there, and so out of these pieces here, these are all the different colors that I have available. This is a size 30/2 silk. We have natural, we have a green, which is number 212. I lost my sticker. This is like a deep burgundy. We have a silver. We have a dark teal, navy blue, bachelor button blue, black. Here's a sage, number 40. This is the 30/2 Muga that does this scarf for you. This is the Silken Yak that does this piece here. This is the Silken Camel that does this piece. And then in this original scarf was Silken Angora mixed with just a 30/2 straight silk. And so that's that kit. This one is done using this yarn called Silken Cloud. It's available in this lovely peach color, or it's in natural, and the exact same pattern can be done using this, which is a blend of silk and bamboo called Resilience. So those are the 30/2 yarns. For those of you that want something just a tad heavier, this is a 12/2 yarn. This pattern is called Naturally Iridescent, and this pattern is called Tidal Pools. Those are made with 2 skeins of 12/2 silk, and these are the colors that I currently have in stock. All of the silks that I'm showing you right now are available, just the ones in stock are available at 20% off. So it is a lovely deal for you all. But because I got in the trunk show and some consigned yarns, we have this available to you. So for these, we have a red, a purple, black. This is a medium purple, like an aqua blue, a navy, 2 shades of gold, and we also have some of the Muga silk, the wild silk like that one, and the heavier weight that could be used in here too. this little shawl is also made from the same weight yarn. That would be the natural color. This is called the Echo Flower Shawlette, and it's done on a US 5, and the pattern is available on Ravelry. So those are those. And then, okay, we need to go to, like I said, it was a lovely silk exhibit here. And yeah, you might as well get some of these.
Yeah.
Up in there, okay. And certainly wouldn't want you to get confused. So in the woven items, this is using Treenway silks. Most of these are done with their Kiku, which is a 20/2 silk, and these are all 100% silks. There's some blends that I told you before, but all these dyed yarns that I have are all 100% silks. And I have the pictures posted on my Facebook page and on my catalog page, so you can look at the numbers on the picture to help you choose colors. This is called Squares of Lace. It's done with a Swedish lace technique, if you can see the little squares of lace in there. This one is called Glittering Diamonds, and it's a shadow weave, so it's done with 2 colors, warp and weft. And this is 4 shafts, 8 shafts. I'll show you the other 8 shaft. This is just a little sample I have. This one is called Summer Trellis. It's a broken twill, braided twill. And the other woven scarf is this one called 3 of a Kind. It's a color and weave, and they have, you make 2 different scarves, but because it's a slightly different amount of dark and light in each one is what you need, so that you get it out of the 2, and both things are given to you in your pattern, but that way you can get by with 2. Thank you. I think that goes with that one.
I think so.
So then we also have 2 knitted items here. This is called 3 Flowers, or a Sweet Violet Scarf. It's done using this yarn, but you carry 2 strands, and I have information, if you do this, on how to do that, because you do not do the inside and outside of a ball. So this one is, if you can see that. Let's see if I can get it laying out there so you can see that pattern there. I mean, straight. I'm just not doing a very good job there.
Oh, looks good.
And then we also have, this is a crocheted item. It's the only crocheted sample I have here. Okay. And that little shawlette is called Belle Epic. It's called that. And again, you carry the 2 strands. So these are all the colors that I have available currently, and are available at the 20% off. And all dyed skeins are $55 retail price. That comes out to, it's posted on my website, what it comes out to when they are with 20% off. So we have this is called Flamingo, number 30. We have a couple of greens here, and then we get into a little bit more yellowish green and a teal, some golds. We have a red. We have a dusty rose color. It's called raspberry. We have a purple. We have several blues. And this is another purple color. These are kind of dusty purples. They're both purple, but they're got a little bit more gray to them. There's an orchid. So 216 and 41 are the exact colors that go with this pattern over here. And of course we have black and natural, and we have a taupe. So just a reminder that all of these things are labeled and on the Facebook page and web page. They're on the Weaver's Loft Facebook page and the Weaver's Loft catalog page. So, all right.
35.
What are we up to? Oh, okay. So, what we have here is raffia. I think I dropped my note over there. So So this is Rah Rah Raffia, made by Wool and the Gang, and this is a woven placemat. I did that. Honestly, it's fairly easy, but it would be easier if I had done it on a rigid heddle loom than even on a floor loom, only because of the heddles. Using the rigid heddle loom, you've got the plastic that this would feed through easier. But it was quite easy to work with. I did not have any trouble with any tension or any other problems with it. I would highly recommend giving it a whirl. Wool and Gang also does, they have patterns on their website. This is a crocheted hat, and this is extremely crocheter friendly yarns. So this is the assortment that we have. This one is called Grass Green. We have Dune Green. We have Topaz Green, Topaz Tan, I'm sorry. I'm getting off on greens. Desert Palm. Cinnamon. Red, go figure. Riviera Blue. Ivory and black. So you can mix and match. They're $20 for each one of these. Each one is 100 grams with 273 yards on it. Because of the way I did the colors on this, it required me to use 2 green and 1 of the beige, and I made 4 placemats. So if you did half and half, you could probably get by with just 2 skeins. But give it a whirl. It is been manufactured environmentally friendly. So give it a whirl. Rah rah raffia. Ah! Oh, I need to get my board back up. Okay. All right. Always a favorite at every show I do, all these alpaca yarns. These are superfine alpaca, which means that they have been raised above 13,000 feet. These all come from Peru. And all of the alpaca yarns I'm going to show you are going to be the same weight yarn. And they are in the sport DK range. You use like a size 6 or 7 needle. I've had customers knit anywhere from a size 2 to a size 11, depending upon how they wanted to turn out. Is that blue vest up there? That blue shawl is in there somewhere.
This one?
No, the navy blue one.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to show you a piece here. This was done. This is one of the dyed yarns, which I'm not showing you right now, but this was knitted with the same, it's all the same weight yarn, but this is a dyed one, and it's navy blue, just in case you're interested. We'll probably get to that tomorrow night. So what we have here is, this is charcoal. This one is mist gray. I'm losing my tags here tonight. This one is silver, black, wolf gray. This is musk, and this one's nutmeg. And the nutmeg and musk are both kind of a blend of the colors, and these are all natural colors. There are no dyes in any of these. The musk is a little bit more gray to it, and the nutmeg is a little bit more brown to it. And this is just the start of my solid colors. We're going to have another set of solid colors popping up here. Again, they're all on my website. Oh, look at that, you got all my tags facing. So more solid colors, exact same yarn. This one is called Mousse. It's kind of a golden brown color. We have oatmeal. We have champagne. You can see this is just, they're all squishy. This one's called beaver. This one's called mink. This one is chocolate. And this is the natural. So those are all the solid colors that I have. And they can be mixed and matched with the tweeds that I'm just going to show you here in a minute. So these are all $30 a skein, including the last batch that you just saw. So these are called the Peruvian tweeds. And while you look at them and you say that they look a lot lighter and a lot fluffier than that last batch that I just showed you, they all work up the same way. Again, they are all natural colors and no dye lots. The Peruvian tweeds have 595 yards on a skein. The solids have 600 yards on a skein. The solids are $30, I told you that. The Peruvian tweeds are $32. This one, they are labeled by their color number. This one is number 121. It's a black and a musk color that are blended. This is called beiges. It's like a musk and a oatmeal type of color. This one is a brown and a fawn color. This is a black and probably like that beaver color, and then the binder is the light color that you're seeing wrap around it. Yeah, they all have a binder. Most of them blend in a little bit more. That one's more decorative. This one is black and a brown. This one is, no, it's not a blue. That's a gray and a brown in there. This one is, and I'm covering up the tags as I'm showing you. But they're all on the website. This one is shades of gray, and the binder is a colored brown. This is silvers and grays with a black binder. This is a charcoal and with a silver binder. And again, they are all $32. In our alpacas, I also have alpaca and wool rug wool. And I gotta tell you, I made a rug out of this past year, and it is the softest rug I think I've ever made. Not that we're all looking for soft rugs, but it really felt good to walk on. So it's available in a light gray, a dark gray, and a natural. And these are $25 for 1 pound, and there's 600 yards on a coat. And I have a fairly good stock at this point on these. Okay. We might as well do both of these. This is Tencel. Tencel is a manufactured natural product. It is made from wood pulp. Trying to get, just leave the box there. Not worry about it. Because we're going to need it again. Okay. So this is Tencel that has been woven in a huck lace pattern. And there's another little bit of a sample. Okay, and that color is the aquamarine. I sell these as 1 pound cones. I have some smaller cones here just because I was trying to get more colors in to show you at one time. But I still have probably, there are probably 40 different colors, maybe 50 colors of the solids that are available. These are the mixed. Some of them are the variegateds, and some of them are called tonals. They're all just mixed different colors. Can you read the tags on them?
They're just kind of small. It's tough to read
Okay.
them, but
All right. These I have taken pictures of. Not sure if they've made it to the site yet, but they will be posted very soon, by tomorrow. And so tinsel gets done on, weavers are going to set it at about 20 to 28 ends per inch. And knitters, it's a lace weight. I've seen it knitted up in shawls, and it's gorgeous. It just has such lovely drape to it. And same way for anything done that has been woven in it, it's drapey. It does not have body, so if you're looking for body, this is not what you're after. It's drapey. It does that. If you're looking for any other colors, you can let me know. Look at the website. There's plenty there. Okay, we'll move out these. We're getting close, folks. Run. All right, so this is another, we'll call it an odd lot yarn that I got a bunch in. It is a textured wool, and it is 100% wool. It is 275 yards a skein, and it's only $12 a skein. We have it in maize, granite, tan, walnut, and blue. Those are the colors. This is a sample of it woven up. I used all the colors, and I do have a little bit of this orange. I just don't have a lot of it. So this just shows you how it knitted up. It's very gushy and surprisingly soft. It was a surprise to me when it feels better here than it actually does here. Then I had a friend that decided that we needed to see if it would felt, since it is just wool. So this was her sample. She knitted this sample up, and this was a kind of a soft felt.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Soft felt. So you can see it's not completely felted. It could be if you wanted it to, but it will felt. So if you're looking for an inexpensive fun yarn to play with, that might be it. All right. And then we have one more item coming. Oh, we're coming undone here. All right. So these are. Did I lose this?
no, you're good.
So this is 5-2 bamboo. It has 2,100 yards per 1 pound cone. It runs $34 a cone. It is available in 23 different colors. It's considered a fingering weight for your knitters. For weavers, you're going to set it at about 15 for plain weave and 18 to 20 for twill. So this is a piece that was done on a rigid huddle loom in the log cabin pattern. You can see how drapey and flexible that is. And anyway, it wove up quite nicely on rigid huddle. And then this was one that I have just recently done. These are some towels that I did in several of the colors. And if you are interested in this particular pattern, I'd be more than happy to share with you how I did this. But I just found them to be lovely colors. And it is, bamboo is very absorbent, and so it makes great towels, and it's a little heavier than I normally do, but it still is a very soft, drapey towel. So that's it for tonight. I appreciate y'all watching this. I hope you will tune in tomorrow night about 6 o'clock again, when I'll be back with some more things. I will probably have a bit more in the way of weaving supplies and weaving kits. And please let me know what it is that you are interested in, and I will be glad to work with you. And once again, thank you, and y'all have a good night.